Once again, the masses and I have a difference in opinion. That's perfectly fine and common, but this time I felt like actually sharing my opinion because I wasn't expecting it to be as unpopular as it seems to be. I think Godzilla vs. Kong is overrated. That's something I never thought I'd have to say because when it comes to monster movies, there's usually an equal divide of people who like and don't like them. For the most part, they seem to have the same strengths and weaknesses. Strengths being great effects and fight scenes, weaknesses being poorly written scripts and characters. Depending on how much people like and tolerate these aspects is what mostly causes the critical divide. After watching Godzilla vs. Kong and looking at some reviews, I was surprised to see that there wasn't an equal divide in terms of criticism. On the contrary, the feedback I've been seeing so far has been mostly positive. Despite having the same problems that were the critical downfall of numerous other monster movies, people seem to tolerate them more here, and I totally understand why. They've been anticipating this movie ever since Godzilla 1998, and now that it's finally here, as long as the fights are good and the effects are great, they won't mind sitting through some bad story and thin characters. I honestly went in with this mindset as well, but in the end, simply couldn't get past the film's glaring flaws. I expected it to be dumb fun, but not this dumb. The production reeks of movie logic. You expect me to believe that two kids and a conspiracy theorist can break into a super secret underground base that easily and just stumble upon the information they were looking for? Or that a giant ape can be taught sign language by a little girl without anyone knowing, despite the fact that he's under 24-hour surveillance? I don't usually stress about story or characters when it comes to movies like Godzilla vs. Kong, but when the film itself spends so much time on them and they're this bad, it's impossible for me to ignore the stupidity and fully enjoy the movie. Along with the numerous problems in terms of story, Godzilla vs. Kong also suffers from badly written characters. Alexander Skarsgård is forgettable in the lead role, Rebecca Hall feels like she's in a whole other movie, although you can't blame her much, it's her first role post-pregnancy. Kaylee was the best human character for sure. Julian Dennison plays the cliche friend of risk-taking character. I guess he's supposed to be smart or something, but he's only used to give unfunny reactions to everything. I've never gotten the chance to see Millie Bobby Brown in any proper roles, and this certainly isn't the place to start, but she did the best she could do with the absolute nothing of a role she was given. Full transparency, Brian Tyree Henry as Bernie Hayes is the whole reason why I thought about doing this video in the first place, because he's nothing short of the most badly written and miscast character I've seen all year. I'm sure Brian's done great in other roles, but in this one he did pretty bad. Every word out of his mouth sounded unconvincing, but it's not totally his fault because the writers tried to make too much of his character. He's portrayed as a slightly crazy, kinda smart conspiracy theorist podcaster, as well as comedy relief, but that all falls flat. At best, he's unconvincing, and at worst, annoyingly unfunny. They even gave him a small, half-baked emotional arc with his dead wife, but that felt forced just like everything else. In conclusion, despite all I just said, I don't think Godzilla vs. Kong is a bad movie, just a very stupid and average one. I agree with everyone else that the fight scenes and CGI are good, but when there's only 3 fight scenes in an almost 2-hour movie with human characters this bad, it's just not worth the chore of watching it. I was shocked to see just how many people got past the dumb elements of Godzilla vs. Kong to give it a good review, and even more shocked to see some people saying that it was better than Kong Skull Island, which is their opinion that they're entitled to, but also one that I'll have to disagree with because although it isn't a masterpiece, Kong Skull Island is a good movie with not a single bad character, as forgettable as 1 or 2 of them might be. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to know when I upload next. This has been Andre Darius, and I'll see you all next time. God bless.